Alright, welcome back to the next question. Today we're going to do generate parentheses. So this question we are looking at given n pairs of parentheses, we want to write a function to generate all combinations of well-formed parentheses. So what does this mean? Let's see. If n equals to 3, we want to have this. Okay, we want to have this. Okay. I understand. Basically, we want to have a case where all combinations of well-formed parentheses. So every opening parenthesis must be closed either immediately or eventually, right? And if it's eventually, then all the parentheses in between, right? These opening and closing parentheses must also be well-formed parentheses. So as you can see from here, we have this, and this, and then we have this. This is closed. This. Okay, this is a pretty tricky question. So we're given input n, right? And we are looking for all combinations of well-formed parentheses. Seems like a combinations question. Frankly, I have no idea how to approach this, but let's just take a jab at it. So we're looking at this, and then seems more like a dynamic programming question, to be honest. It looks like a permutations and combinations question, whereby if n equals to 1 you have this, and n equals to 2 you have things like this, right? You can build this with a double Interesting. How can I approach this question in a dynamic programming manner? Is this a dynamic programming question, or is this a stack question? If we have stack, right? Open, close. Dynamic programming? Right. So if we look at this particular question, we're thinking in a different sense, in the sense that if n equals to 1, we are essentially using the result from n equals to 1 to form n equals to 2, right? We either do this or we do this, and we build a result from here, and then from this result, right, we can find this in here, and we can find that in here, right? is it such that when n increases, right, we can either match each combination, append each combination, to a new set of parentheses, i.e., right, we append it, right, plus this, right, or we can wrap the combination with a new pair of parentheses, i.e., like that, right, which is essentially this and right. So just to be clear what we're talking about this, right? So when we have this, we're looking at this, right? So this essentially is the formation of this, right? When we have one, we either add it or we wrap it, right? Now we have these two, right? What we want to do is we either add to it, add and open close to it, or we wrap it up, right? We wrap this combination. Alright, so we're looking at this, and then, but this only gives us two combinations, right? We have this is done, right? Let's just take a look at this, and then right? This is done, and this is done, right? But in this case, how did we generate this, right? How did we get this? This is definitely not a solution from 2, right? Or it is. Yes it is, yes it is. I mean, yes it is, right? So we have this to generate these two, right? To generate the triple, and we have this to generate the double here, right? And then when that is done, we use this, right? We wrap it around to have this, or we wrap it around to have this. And then aside from that, we can actually append this to the front now, right? This doesn't seem right though. This doesn't seem right. Damn it. But in this case, instead of appending it to the front, I append it to the back. Here, appending it to the front and back doesn't make a difference. Front and back does make a difference, right? But I'm not thinking it in the right way, right? I'm definitely not approaching this question, right? What do we do now? Instead of using dynamic programming, should we instead do how can we use a stack? How can we use a stack? We know that this is a stack question, right? That's the hint given to us. Hmm. Sadly, I don't think I'll be able to solve this question on my own. I will have to take a moment to kind of look at the solution. Yeah, let's just jump right in. There is a recursive solution. 4 to 7 lines Python. Dynamic programming solution. Intuition. DFS solution to explanation. Stack. Hmm. Hmm. Result array will probably be what we need here, right? And then we have S here, while S, what does S mean? S probably means to the first, what we want to start with, right? Variable L is the current parenthesis count. Variable R is the current right parenthesis count. L minus R means that this is not a valid parenthesis, right? So well, L minus R is less than 0, or L greater than N. Continue, nothing happens, right? Otherwise, we're looking at if left parenthesis is the same as the right parenthesis, you want to append this result. Otherwise, if these two conditions are all wrong, right? X left right equals S dot pop. So here we have this, and we're incrementing the left parenthesis 1. Here we're incrementing this. Okay, interesting. This is a very, very tricky solution. Kind of understand it, but it's a little bit confusing still. Not really sure how this works. Probably need to read or watch the Yeah, this is definitely a dynamic programming solution. So I guess I need to spend more time to look at this iterative solution. Depth first search. Depth first search, left, right answer. Okay. I get it now. Okay, I guess I will take some time to study and revisit this question again. For now, thank you for listening to another question